Why, hello everyone, I'm the Kumo Sensei, and welcome to the live stream. You read it in the title, so here we are. Today, we're going to be discussing about anime. You heard that right, we're talking about anime, guys. Very surprising, and it's been a while since the last live stream, but I am here now, so I hope you guys don't mind. I have been busy the last few days, so you may have noticed that the uploads have a bit, I don't want to say they went down in quality, but I would say that I've been trying to push out videos that I like, that is. I'm not gonna upload some random stuff I don't like. That just isn't me, guys. Like I said, I only upload stuff that I find interesting or stuff that I like. So if I don't upload, the reason why would be because it's something I don't like. But other than that, guys, I'm here today and I'm gonna discuss about some animes, what I've been watching this season, what I haven't watched, and what I need to watch. Now, I don't want to make promises that I'll watch everything because I'm just one guy and I have a life too, so I'm going to tell you if I have or haven't watched a series from this anime season for winter of 2023. And I'm going to be completely honest, there is still some series that has been, I really haven't been catching up on, so don't take it out on me, guys, because I'm just the one guy here. But this is going to be quite a interesting rabbit hole that we're going to go through today. I don't know what to expect, honestly, about my personal opinions, because I've seen so much animes. Well, I've seen the big animes that people have been recommending me, so I have seen them, such as Tokyo Revenger Season 2, Vinland Saga Season 2, etc, etc. And I'm going to give you my thoughts. And I have noticed that some of the translations for the English subtitles have been kind of wonky. So I heard that, I don't know who's translating for the subtitles, guys, but I've been seeing a lot of complaints on Twitter and on Reddit that the translations have been a bit on and off, as in it's either hit or miss. And I don't exactly know the reason for that. I guess you can blame the translator, whoever's in charge of that. But I did hear that they did fix up the English subtitles, so there goes that. Now, I have noticed it in terms of Tokyo Revengers, the first episode, that the translations, I don't want to say they're incomplete, but from what I've been told and what I've seen myself, it's a bit out of whack. But I think they did fix it. I think the biggest victim of the really bad English subtitles, from what I've heard, was Bofuri Season 2. Now, by the time I did watch Bofuri Season 2, Episode 1, the translations, the English subtitles translations was fixed. So that is a good thing, honestly. And I heard that when it comes to the Netflix series, whatever is licensed by Netflix, those English subtitles are kind of hit or miss. Like Komi Can't Communicate, for example. Not from this season, obviously. That was from a few seasons ago, but you guys get the gist, though. Also, in terms of what I've been watching, I'm trying to catch up on stuff that I find either interesting or the animes that I set out to watch myself, such as The Tale of Outcast and some other things. Now, exactly on what I haven't watched, I believe I've seen a little bit of everything. I don't want to say I'm caught up though. So what I'm saying is that stuff that has 2 or 3 episodes out already, I've only seen the first episode. So I have seen the series, but only episode 1 or episode 2, but not the latest episode, if you understand where I'm coming from. And I know everybody's recommending a lot of stuff, but I can't watch everything this season. Let alone I can't watch everything that I could or used to watch because time is limited, guys. So I'm using this time here to discuss anime with you guys, and hopefully you guys can guide me somewhere along the lines. And I will wait for more people to come into the chat so that way we can have some time, because as of now it's only just me, so that way if somebody watched the VODs they can understand where I'm coming from. But yeah, I noticed that for some reason my view counts has spiked up with the misfits at the Demon Lord Academy with the Ano's Vodigo situation. And yeah, everybody has such differing opinions on Tatsuhisa Suzuki at this point. And like I said, I don't like, I'm not the judge and jury or executioner here. I'm just a guy who's just telling what happened when it comes to, stuff like this. And there's always the drama and the stuff like that that tends to get the most views. But hey, I'm not look, I'm not your parents, okay? You decide whether you want to forgive the guy or not. I don't know why people are emailing me asking like I should be more harsh or more kind to Tatsuhisa Suzuki. And honestly, like I said, that's for you guys to decide, not me. He did his thing, I just reported it. Like, that's all that happened, honestly. I'm not here to like be like, hey man, this guy is totally right or totally wrong. That's not me, let's be honest. But yeah, guys, I hope that answers your question about the new voice actor for Anno's Gold. I will give you my thoughts, but as of now, we're gonna wait a bit until we break down this list on this anime season, this current anime season, mind you. And there is a lot of stuff. I am legit scrolling through the list right now. You guys can't see it, but I'll show you later. And there is so much stuff. Oh my gosh. I don't even know where to begin or where to break down for you guys. So, man, should I start now or should I wait? I'm gonna wait a little bit longer for more people to jump in to this live stream, and hopefully we can get something going here, because there's a lot of stuff, way too much stuff actually. Man, this is like, oh boy, this is so cool. Gosh, talking about anime with you guys is pretty nice. I will be honest though, I would like to play more games, or I would like to play games on live stream, but not on this current PC. This PC I currently have is way too outdated, and my internet is way too bad. I think that is an obvious given. My internet is not the best, but if I can get a better PC at least, I should be able to stream some games at least. I'm not talking like streaming Apex Legends, because with the current internet I have, it will be absolutely not the best. In terms of like anything that's not an online game should be fine, such as Pokemon or like RPGs and sort of style, if you get what I'm saying. But yeah, I will play games in the future, but I'm trying to save up and get a new PC. One thing I would like to do, however, is to actually sell tarantulas behind me. So later on down the line, you will notice that my collection will either downsize or like legit start slowly disappearing. And this isn't me getting rid of them, this is me finding them new homes and making a living. So, wow. What I said was just a bit contradictory. I'm contradicting myself. Man, what a joke. But yeah, guys, we're gonna be discussing some animes in a little bit. Just give us some time. It has been quite a wacky journey, honestly. We have been all over the place. So, I've been trying to get my life together as well. So I think you guys deserve to know what's going on. I will make a video soon, maybe, discussing about just a short update video on my life. So currently what I'm doing is I'm getting back into some old habits. Not bad habits by any means, but as in going back into voice acting more often and trying to practice more on my dancing skills, acting skills, improv skills, and stuff like that. This is not really me neglecting my YouTube channel. This is more so of me focusing more on myself. And don't worry guys, I'm still going to upload daily, and I still will do the push-ups. The push-ups will only stop once my dreams are achieved. But until then, we're going to be we're just going to, keep on push and, keep pushing ourselves, and hopefully something works out. And I hope that everybody who's, a part of my community, I hope they're also achieving something as well, or trying to go somewhere in life. Because like I said, if I fight, you fight. I don't want my viewers to just watch me 24/7, because that's not really healthy in my personal opinion. I believe that we should take time off and focus on ourselves as well, and making ourselves a better person or a better individual. And this is not me trying to fancy talk anyone. This is just me being genuine. Like, I don't know how to put it other than that. But yeah, let me explain about what's going on. So currently, I'm trying to actually like sell my tarantulas. I said that before, and I'll say it again. It has been, I, I don't want to say it has been easy. It has been actually been rough, and that's just because it's the new year. You know, a new start of a new year. It's the colder seasons, obviously. So people are not willing to sell tarantulas or any exotic pets more often around this time of day or this time of year. Not until it gets warmer. So usually around late March, maybe things will start to go a bit better for me. So currently, this year has been slow for the start, that is. But I'm hoping that something works out. Another thing I would like to discuss as well is what you call it, the the dancing and stuff. I'm currently still trying to practice more dancing, trying to get back into, I don't want to say competitive dancing, but the old school hip hop style. But anyhow, though, that's, well, I am practicing music as well. I have my xylophone there, so my music I'm practicing. I will do a music stream again in the future, but honestly, I can't give you any promises that like I'll do a good music practice stream, because when you're practicing music, it doesn't matter how good you are, you're going to make mistakes. So I don't think people will stick around to watch something that boring, honestly. So I don't want to make promises like, hey, I'm going to be making some banger music practices, because let's be honest, that's not really realistic. Like if I'm just being blunt, like I'm going to play some of the worst music you ever heard in your life if I was to do a glockenspiel xylophone, music practice stream. I did do one in the beginning actually, and I probably would do it again, but like I don't know exactly how it will go because it's kind of short usually and kind of boring. Typically those streams will be about 45 minutes to an hour long, because you don't want to, like, I don't practice very long or very often because I wear myself out. But that's just me personally. And everything else you already know, voice acting, improv acting, stuff like that. So that's pretty much it, I believe. So without further ado, I'm going to get straight into this list, and we're going to look at this together because this is one heck of a list. It is a lot of anime. So let us get straight into it. Alrighty, everyone, this is our list here. So this is actually quite a wonky list. So whatever, man, this list here is so drastically large. It is almost impossible to watch everything here. So, oh man, the good stuff is at the top, and then all the other stuff is at the bottom. So guys, we're gonna, man, let me look at this list for a second again. Okay. Oh boy, that is a heck of a list. Alright, so we're not gonna do the TV continuing part here, guys. We're gonna focus on everything up, which is recent of this season. So, let us begin. And let us tell you what I'm watching. And then once I tell you what I'm watching, I'm going to be giving my honest opinion on each series I'm watching. And then we'll work our way from there, guys. So, here we go. What am I watching? Machutsushi... Wow, my tongue is twisted up. Machutsushi Orphan Hagure Tabi. Urban Rama Hen. Now, I'll be honest, this series is more fun to read than it is to watch. But I'm watching this. So this is what I'm watching. Let's see what else I'm watching. Okay. The Tale of Outcast. I am watching this as well. I have some, I don't want to say a bias on this show, but I do have some opinions on it, and I will go into depth about it as we continue on with the series. Oh, not the series, but with this list, that is. Alright, what else am I watching? Yep, this one here. Saving 80,000 gold in another world for my retirement. I am watching this. Okay, what else have I watched? Ayakashi Triangle. So, I haven't watched this yet, but I will plan to in the future. Same thing for this series right here as well, Revenger. This is a series I'm going to be saving for later. The Fruit of Evolution, before I knew it, I had my life mate. Okay, this series here, I am not interested in watching. Because, like, man, they changed anime studios, so that does give me a bit of hope from what I've been told. But we're going to have to wait and see. Sensei, 700 GG. Hello there, Marco. Yes, we officially hit 700, but honestly, at this point, I'm going to save the celebration to 1K. So once we hit 1K, I will celebrate again then. So, chilling in my 30s after getting fired from the Demon King's army. So this I will watch. I have not watched episode 1 yet, but I will watch this later. This one I will watch later. Campfire Cooking in Another World with my reserve skill. This is something I'll watch later. Handyman Saito in Another World. I'll watch this one later as well. What else have I not seen? Okay. What else have I... Okay, I have seen episode 1 of this. This one I have yet to watch. I'm saving this one to binge watch later. And what else are we talking about here, guys? So, by the Grace of Gods 2, I haven't watched episode 1 yet, but I will watch it later. I have watched the first season, though. Everybody's talking about the magical revolution of the reincarnated princess and whatnot. This is a series I will watch later, because there's a lot of series I have yet to watch. The Ice Guy and His Cool Female Colleague. This is a great series, by the way. I did watch this. What a great series. Kumo Won't Let Me Be Invisible. I'll watch this one later. What else have I not seen? The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten. So I will watch this. Tomo-chan is a girl. I have seen this. This is a great show in my personal opinion. Which one has the most potential? I'm going to go into depth, Marco. Just give me a second. Wolfrey Season 2. Okay, guys. So, Wolfrey Season 2 is actually really solid, but the subtitles were a bit off. Bungo Stray Dogs Season 4 was really good. Nier Automata has a mixed reception from the anime fans and from the gaming fans. Nagatoro Season 2 I have yet to watch. Tokyo Revenger Season 2 I've watched. The Misfit at Demon King Academy. Oh man, there's a lot of debate on that. And Vinland Saga Season 2. Alright guys, so I'm going to tell you what I watched. I'm going to start giving you my personal opinions. So we'll start from the top here, and then let's work our way down. Vinland Saga Season 2 is amazing. Like, I think Studio Mappa have done a great job. Do I think it's as good as Season 1? Honestly, it's too early to say. I heard that the farm arc is like a very slow pacing arc. So the beginning of Season 2 is going to be very slow. I do think it will be a really good banger. It just needs time to develop the story because it's at a slow point in the story arc. But I do love Vinland Saga, and I do think it has potential. Now, The Misfit at Demon King Academy 2. This one has the most controversy of all time. Hello there, Mr. Beast. We've been live for about 22 minutes. So, The Misfit at Demon King Academy, everybody has been talking about Anno's Voltigo's new voice actor. People are legit emailing me discussing that I was too kind or too mean to Tatsuhisa Suzuki. Look, I'm just a guy who's reporting about what happened to him. I'm not here to tell you he's a good or bad person. And like the divide of the fan base because of the new voice actor is so crazy. It is so interesting to see the comment section on that video of how divided they are. But I honestly think that the new voice actor for Tatsuhisa Suzuki is okay. I don't think he's bad. Is he as good as, Tatsuhisa Suzuki was? That's up for debate, but I do think he does a good job though. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Tokyo Revengers Season 2 has a lot of potential. But the subtitles were a bit off. But I'm glad they fixed it because whoever was in charge of the subtitles, they fixed it up later. Thank goodness, because it was a bit not mistranslated, but kind of weird. But yeah, Tokyo Revenger Season 2 is pretty good, but I need to see more of it to give you a honest, stronger, opinion on it. Nagatoro Season 2. Honestly, it's Nagatoro. I don't have much to say about it. I'm just gonna leave it at that, guys. Nier Automata version 1.1a. So this one has a lot of debate on it because the game, like the Nier fans from the game and then the fans from the anime are so split on it. And I honestly can't tell you where I stand. Like, so supposedly Yoko Taro, the creator of Nier Automata, like Yoko Taro basically decided to make the anime a different story, like a different storyline. So the game and the anime are pretty much not one-to-one. They're not canon, by the way. I mean, they are canon, but they're different timelines, if you get what I'm saying. So, yeah, I don't understand where the debate for Nier is, honestly, because it's not even supposed to be like the game, in a way. It's its own thing. But hey, it is what it is, right? Bungo Stray Dogs, man, I have a strong bias toward this anime. Art style looks crazy, but I don't know anything about it. The entire universe of Nier is complex, I'll tell you that. But it's a lot to get into. But Bungo Stray Dogs here, guys. I actually love this anime, so my bias is pretty strong on it. And like each season, in my personal opinion, is either better or brings something new to the series. So I love Bungo Stray Dogs. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So Bofuri Season 2 was actually a very interesting case. For some reason, the subtitles were off, but they fixed it. I don't know why this is a common occurrence, everybody, but for some reason, a lot of the recent series that was released, their subtitles have been off. I don't know, look, I don't know why, but at least they went back and fixed it. But Bofuri Season 2 is Bofuri. You can't take it seriously, guys. Like, it's such a great series. Maple is such an amazing character. Like, man. I really love female protagonists in series. The girl I like, I forgot her class. Is it good? So I don't really know yet because I haven't read the series. Like, I just saw on Twitter, and then Crunchyroll on Twitter posted it about the girl I like forgot her glasses. So supposedly it's like a rom-com. A lot of rom-coms nowadays, if you ask me. And that's the direction of the romance anime series, is legit pushing towards the romantic comedy series. I don't have a problem with it, but I don't have strong opinions on it either because I haven't seen it yet. Like, I haven't read it to the point where I'm familiar with it. So it is interesting though, because I do like rom-coms, I won't lie. But if there's too much, I get overwhelmed. But either way, rom-coms are appreciated. Tomo-chan is a girl is such a great series though. Okay, so I'm gonna give you my personal take on this series. I actually love this series, but at the same time, man, gosh, Junichiro, like, he is so dense. And it's kind of funny because, like, he reminds me of somebody I once knew who was as dense as this freaking guy. Like, you would think guys are not dense, but oh my gosh, I love this series. Like, I think this is a great rom-com series, man. This is like my cup of tea, honestly. The Angel Next Door spoils me rotten. I have yet to watch this anime, but I will watch it later. I may just binge watch it actually, once all the episodes come out. Kyoko Series Season 2. I have yet to watch this series. Spy Classroom. I have yet to watch this series. Is it wrong to pick up Girls in a Dungeon 4? I am not caught up with this series yet. I still need to catch up. The Ice Guy and His Cool Female Colleague. So this romance series here is actually my cup of tea. It's a more mature... It is not really a rom-com. It's more so of a... Even though it has fantasy and rom-com elements to it, it really feels like a mature, slow life romance series. To me, that is. Like the daily lives of Himuro and whatnot. It is such an amazing... It is my cup of tea when it comes to a mature romance series. Because, like, a lot of romance series nowadays is like high school focused, but I like the mature series like Watakoi, Netju no Susume, and whatnot. So this, to me, I actually like this series a lot. But this series is not for everybody though. It's just for me, for an older audience, I guess, who likes to take romance more slowly. Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible. I have yet to watch this. Ningen Fushin. I talked about this on the channel, but I have yet to watch this either. People are talking about this one here, the Magical Revolution and whatnot, but I have yet to watch this as well. My goodness. But The Grace of Gods Season 2. So, I have yet to watch this, but I have watched Season 1. And I'll be honest, Maho Film is a relatively new anime studio, but their animation is not there yet. So their animation style is slowly getting there, but it's not there yet. Now, for those who don't know, they made the anime series I'm Standing on a Million Lives, and they also worked on Land of Liddell, which I thought those series were pretty good story-wise, but animation-wise, they could do much better. But they are relatively new, so they're slowly improving on their animation quality and whatnot. So I do have high hopes in the future, but as of now, they're still kind of a newbie. No, nothing bad, just being honest, giving my honest critique. But hey, Trigun Stampede by Studio Orange. So, I have yet to watch this, so I can't give you any strong thoughts about it. But I did see a lot of PR was put into this, especially on Twitter. It was everywhere. Buddy Daddies, yet to see this. My Life as Inukai-san's Dog. So basically, this is like a... this is literally an ecchi version of Dog X Scissors. Like... I put on the dog anime as a joke. It's crazy that it exists. It is an absolute... It is astonishing it does exist, man. This is the second time I've seen a reincarnation as a dog anime. The first one was called Dog X Scissors, which came out in 2013. If you have not seen that anime, it's basically this, but it's less ecchi. But this is not my sort of anime, so I'm just going to skip on this entirely. Farming Life in Another World. So this is actually a series I want to watch, but I have yet to watch it. It is more of a slow life from what I've heard, which is my sort of thing as well. So I might just binge watch this later on. So, okay, so I have talked about this series here, The Ice Blade Sorcerer Shall Rule the World. So, this is just literally... I'll be honest, the light novel is actually pretty solid. The anime itself, it kind of falls flat. It feels kind of stereotypical, but the light novel, it's at least a bit more elevated. I recommend the light novel if you can find it, or the web novel, but Farming have 180 characters. That sounds like a lot. It is a lot, but yeah. Oh, 180 chapters, okay. Farming has 180 chapters. That's interesting. But The Ice Blade Sorcerer Shall Rule the World, I recommend just reading the web novel. Reborn to the Master Blade. I have yet to watch this series. The reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world. So, this is not meant to be taken seriously for this isekai, but I will check it out later. Okay, I'm not gonna watch this because this doesn't look like my sort of tea. Handyman Saito in Another World. This series I will watch, but this is a series I will only binge watch. But hey, it is by Studio C2C, so the animation quality is at least decent, because C2C they do be making some decent series. But yeah, Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Absurd Skill. This one is a comedy slow life. Well, to me, it's a comedy slow life, but it's more just a comedy isekai. It is by Studio Mappa, which is honestly kind of surprising. I do think this series is worth watching, but not really. It's more like you take your time to watch this series for me. So there goes that. So okay. Chilling in my 30s after getting fired from the Demon King's army. So this series here, I have read some chapters. It is a decent series, but this series is very similar to what you call it, Kicked Out from the Hero's Party and whatnot. Very similar to that, where like the guy's sister is actually the main protagonist, and he's kind of just like lives on the countryside and whatnot. Solo Leveling spin-off is coming in end of January. I have heard, but like solo leveling at this point, man, like we're all just waiting for the anime. So I'm not gonna give you like I'm gonna keep my expectations low because even though people are hyping up stuff, like I don't want to get too excited unless I see the final product because I don't want to count my chickens before my eggs. So I'm just gonna keep my expectations low watered for now. Another villainous story. I'm not gonna watch this. The Fruit Evolution. They changed animation studios, I believe. And I'll be honest, I lost a lot of hype for this series the moment they released NFTs. So, just saying. Revenger. So Revenger is a series I have yet to watch. This is actually an anime original, which tells me something that, like, we had nothing to go off from. It is by a studio I'm not familiar with, Aija Do. I have never heard of this series, but the animation quality from the trailers I've seen for Revengers does look very solid. And like, maybe I will check this out, but honestly, not yet. Ayakashi Triangle is this anime here is in a very interesting spot because it's part of Shonen Jump, but the problem that it suffers from is the animation style, which a lot of people are still complaining about. Like, a lot of people are saying the animation style here doesn't look much like the manga's animation style. And honestly, I'm not here to defer or to compare. It's really up to the individual, everybody. But I have yet to watch this series because at the same time, I'm not like wanting to watch this sort of series. It's action, comedy, romance, supernatural, and ecchi. Like this right here, like these genres and this aesthetic really just gives me the same feeling as Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs. Was that Yuna and the that's a that is a tongue twister. Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs. There we goes. Gives me the same vibes as this, but this isn't for me. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale. Somebody actually emailed me, like, and asked me if I should review this series. This is by JC Staff. JC Staff they make really solid series, except for One Punch Man Season 2. That didn't really go too well in my personal opinion, but then again, One Punch Man is very hard to adapt, but I will probably, I don't know, I may watch this, I can't tell you, but we're just kind of waiting to see. Saving 80,000 gold in another world for my retirement. This series is actually... Man, I love this series. This is just a fun series in general. This is my Felix film. So, yeah. What a fun series. Like, I like anime series that doesn't take itself too seriously. And this is one of those series, guys. Like, I know that the isekai genre is a bit, it is a bit saturated at this point. But I'm guessing the direction now, based on all the isekais I'm just seeing recently, a lot of them are either villainous, as in a female protagonist, or is now focusing more on the female protagonist getting isekai instead of some generic guy who's overpowered and whatnot. And I think that's a better direction for isekais than to just keep rinsing and repeating some random dude getting transported. But that's just my personal take, because I think more heroine protagonists in isekais is actually a positive. And I still think we could use like more of them, because up until then, like the only two that stood out was Kumoko from Kumo Desuga and Hamifura. There it goes. But until then, there wasn't much going out. Kaina of the Great Snow Sea. So I don't really actually know much about this series, but somebody recommended this as well. Emails have been flooding in lately, guys. Like for my business emails, you can contact me through you can legit contact me through my business emails on my about section on my YouTube page if you want me to talk about something. And people are emailing me some crazy stuff. I tell you what. High Card is a series I have yet to see myself, so I can't give you strong opinions. I have yet to see this. Giant Beast of Ours. So, from what I've been told about this series, it has been mediocre. It's not good, it's not bad, it's fine. Like, So don't cancel me for saying that, but that's what I've been told. And just by hearing that, I'm gonna leave this one on the hot burner for now. Just leave that one alone and just see where it goes. So the Malevolent Spirits of Monogatari here. This is an action supernatural series, but I've also heard this is kind of a little bit below average. And that's a bit critical, so I can't give you strong opinions on that. So Legend of Heroes, I believe this is based off a game. Yeah, this is based off a game, so I'd rather just play the game than to watch the anime, to be honest, because when it comes to, man, now that I think about it, when it comes to anime game adaptations, a lot of them are not good. Like, I have yet to see a good one. I think the best one I've seen so far was Tales of Systeria, the X, was it? I think is what it's called. Which, I believe the anime came out 2017. That was it. It was by Studio Ufotable as well. Very solid anime game adaptation, in my personal opinion. Other than that, a lot of them are not good in terms of adapting a game to an anime. That's just my personal experience with them, but maybe there'll be a good one in the future, but as of now, there's not a lot. When I saw Monogatari, I thought we were going to see Araragi again. Not that Monogatari, I'm afraid, but man, do we wish we could have more. The Vampire Dies in No Time Season 2. I am surprised this got a second season, because, like, this series I heard was okay, but I didn't think it was popular enough to render a second season. So to see this get a second season is actually pretty surprising, honestly. So my breakdowns is going to be kind of in depth, especially for this next one here, guys. Nokemonotachi no Yoru, The Tale of Outcast. So there is literally two animes that comes into my mind when I look at this, like when I watch this. One is Pandora Hearts. The second one is The Ancient Magus Bride. This is like a mixture of those two together to make this series. This is my Ashi Productions, which is not relatively a well-known anime production studio. And I'm gonna be honest, man. This is a pretty good series, but the one thing it suffers from is the fact that it's being compared to, you know, Pandora Hearts, and you know, like, that's not a good thing, to be honest. So essentially, like, Wisteria, I think Wisteria is a great character, and she does make a pact with I forgot Marvis. That's his name, Marvis. So what Wisteria is basically a girl who makes a pact with a demon, aka Marvis, and that's pretty much kind of like you know, Pandora Hearts. But I think the biggest thing of all is the fact that if this thing came out earlier, before, you know, The Ancient Magus Bride, I think this series would have a lot more hype coming into it. But the fact that it came out later kind of puts it behind everything else. I do think this is actually a really good series, though. Like, I actually like this series a lot. Hold up. This is a manga. Interesting. I thought this was a light novel, but it's a manga. I may read the manga, but man, it is a shame because this thing this series got overshadowed for real. I do think it is underrated to an extent, but let us continue. The Fire Hunter. I don't know much about this series. I'm going to skip. Eponigan. I'm going to skip this because I don't know much about this one. Technoroid Overmind. I have seen some advertising posts on Twitter. Yes. And honestly, I'm not interested, because I'm not into male idols or something, but hey, that's just me though. The thing about Twitter, guys, I know I mentioned Twitter a lot, but for those who are unfamiliar, a lot of Japanese companies and a lot of Japanese animation studios, they advertise things mostly through Twitter or NHK or those type of stuff, but it's mostly on Twitter, guys. So as much as I hate Twitter, like everybody else, Twitter is pretty much the only place to get your anime news source. Unless you wait for Crunchyroll or My Anime's News Network or another outlet to talk about it. Which is what I do, because like if I show something on Twitter, I'm going to get canceled instantly on the spot. I think that's why a lot of people wonder why I always use like the same outlets for my anime news source. And it's because Twitter is pretty much the OG place to find it, but you don't want to get canceled as well. But for those who don't know, guys, Twitter is basically like Japan's, like, I would argue is Japan's #1 platform for social media, despite how bad Twitter is all around the world. But let's continue though. The Sorcerer Stabber Orphan Chaos. Okay, so this series suffers a lot because this series legit came out in the 90s. This is like the OG this is the godfather of fantasy series. But it's such a shame because like now it's pretty much outdated. Like every other fantasy series will outdo this one. I have yet to see this new season. I'm not caught up as well, so I need to finish up with the last season, but this series is pretty decent, but it doesn't stack up to the modern fantasy series now, to put it simply. I have yet to watch Niji on Animation, D4DJ All Mix. I have yet to see this one. I have yet to see this one. I have yet to see this one or this one. And I guess we're rounding up right around here. We're not going to focus on the TV. Well, actually, I would like to talk about My Hero Academia. So a lot of people have been telling me that My Hero Academia is currently, is literally in a downward spiral. Can somebody in the chat confirm that, or are you just unsure? Because I have been seeing every single post on Twitter legit just roasting like My Hero Academia. Because I heard that the ending got changed, and I heard that it has been going downhill. It is basically going through the same situation Bleach is going through almost. And it's kind of sad, honestly. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't hate My Hero Academia, but I have not been hearing good things about it recently. I know the anime currently is at its peak, but the manga and the series itself has been in a tight spot. But hey, I'm not here to, give you that thought, but it's just what I've been told. I'm not reading My Hero manga, but I look at the source a lot. I haven't seen any news though. Let's hope that the ending is justified then, because I heard the ending got changed. So that means that we'll never know what the original ending was. Well, let's hope that the original ending or the new ending is better at least. And then everything else, let's see, what else? Blue Lock is actually really solid. I still prefer Haikyuu, but I still like Blue Lock. I'm not caught up with Blue Lock though. I said it before, I say it again. Not caught up yet. The Eminence in Shadow is such a this is such a joke like series. I love it. Not meant to be taken seriously. Well, man, I totally love this series, man. Like Sid Kagano is such a great series. I mean, he's such a great character, my bad. I really hope they do more with him though, because like he has been I guess he likes to be side charactered a lot. Not the biggest fan of that, but this guy has been side character so many times. It is crazy. Like his spotlight shines whenever he's not doing anything actually big. It's just coincidental. Uncle from Another World, man. So Oji-san Isekai here, guys. This series have been suffering from delays after delays after delays. I love the series, but my god, delays really ruined this series in a way. Netflix, man, they ruined a lot of good series, to be fair. I'm just hoping... Is it good? If you're talking about the Uncle from Another World, it is a comedy fantasy series, I tell you what. It is like a parody of a isekai. That's really all it is. I think it's really good, but I just wish that it was treated better. Like it had such a rough dealing, man. Netflix really screwed it over in a way with all the delays and stuff. Well, it's not Netflix's fault actually. I take that back. My bad. I made a mistake, guys. I made a mistake. It's actually the animation studio. For some reason, they delayed it. So, yeah. And after that, it was just delay after delay. But I do love the series, though. New Gintama. Guess so. New Gintama. Huh. Is that like supposed to be like a joke, or is that like actually like an announcement? I don't know. To Your Eternity. So To Your Eternity Season 2 is actually in a very interesting spot. the impact of people's deaths is not as strong in this new season as it was in the last season. But I do like how this new season focuses more on Fushi becoming better as an individual rather than the characters around him. Because it's really hard to find a good balance when it comes to characters and whatnot. So, oh, it's kind of similar in comedy if you're talking about the Oji-san, Marco. It is very similar. So yeah. But To Your Eternity Season 2 though, do I think it's better than Season 1? Not really. I think Season 1 was actually better. But Season 2 is still as good though. I have yet to watch this. Iruma-kun Season 3. So, it is officially, in my opinion, actually picking up pace again. Because I feel like the first few episodes, this thing has been slacking. Like, Iruma-kun, I love Iruma-kun, and I love this season, but my goodness, the beginning was a very slow start. I'm very glad that the anime is actually picking up steam, because my goodness, I was gonna, like, oh man. I think my favorite part so far for Iruma-kun Season 3 was when Iruma-kun like falls off the cliff and falls into the dark pits of the cave and whatnot. And he starts thinking about his friends and whatnot. That was actually like a really touching scene for me. And then from there on, it's finally picking up steam. Like finally Iruma-kun. I have so much to say about this series. I love this series, but man, it was a slow start, I won't lie. But it's actually picking up again. So I'm proud of that. Golden Kamuy Season 4. I need to actually watch this, but I don't have time. What else? Okay. Is this it? Okay, these are all shorts. Yeah, okay. So pretty much this wraps up what I'm currently watching. So to recap what I'm watching. Allow me to recap what I'm watching, guys, because I'm watching quite a bit. Some of these I'm not caught up with the latest episode, but I have watched the first episode. But let me tell you what I have watched. Vinland Saga Season 2 I have watched. I do think it's good. But the beginning is going to be slow, guys. The farm arc is pretty slow, but this is a good series, though. The Misfit of Demon King Academy 2. I am watching this currently. I'm still trying to get used to the new voice actor for Arnold's Voltigold, but I do think he does a good enough job. Toga Revenger Season 2. I'm watching that currently. I do think it's good. Nagatoro-san. I have watched bits and pieces of the current season, but I haven't watched it completely yet. Nier Automata, I think is actually really good, despite, you know, people debating on this 24/7 on Twitter. Bungo Stray Dogs Season 4, I am watching this. I do think this series is good, though. Bofuri Season 2, this is great. I have watched this. I watched the first episode, I thought it was good. The subtitles was off, but they fixed it, so that's a good thing. Tomo-chan, love this series. The Angel Next Door spoils me rotten. I have yet to watch this series, but I will maybe I'll just binge watch this series later on, but as of now, I have yet to watch it. What else I have? I need to catch up on this one, Danmachi. I need to catch up on it. The Ice Guy and His Cool Female Colleague. I actually love this series. It is more of my personal taste of a romance series nowadays, because as I grow older, my taste in romance has changed. Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible. I will probably just binge watch this series. Same with this one here. This one, I'll pick it up sometime in the future, but as of now, I'm not going to watch this. By the Grace of Gods 2, I will watch this, but just not now. Trigun Stampede. I heard that people said this is probably the best CG anime thus far, but I'm not here to make the judgment call for that. Why? Why as in what? I'd like to know as in why. My Life as Inuka-san's Dog. People have been beaming on this anime, but I have yet to watch this. So, I might just binge watch this in the future, guys. Farming Life in Another World. I will watch this, but just not now. What's wrong with Tensei Ojo? Wait. I just don't have time to watch it. So, Like, I'll binge watch it in the future, Marco, just not as of now. The Ice Blade Sword shall rule the world. I might actually drop this series because this series here is pretty stale. Reborn to the Master of the Blade. I'll probably watch this sometime in the future. I have yet to watch this here. Let's see. These two I will catch up on in the future. This one, probably watch this one later, depending on how I'm feeling. Okay, what else I'm gonna watch? Revenger, I'm gonna binge watch this later. These two, probably not watch, to be fair. This one I'm currently watching, but this series is more fun to watch if you just want to have fun. You shouldn't watch this series as in you're taking it seriously, because I find that people are giving this series really harsh reviews, and it's kind of sad. I think this series is just fun to watch on a side thing, but that's just probably just me. Oh, my bad. Sorry. Okay, what else? What else am I watching? Tale of Outcasts, I am watching this. I actually enjoy this series a lot. And let's see, what else are we watching this season? And that's currently all I'm watching this season, guys. I don't know if there's anything else you guys want me to recommend to watch for this season, but I'm pretty much watching or giving everything a shot. Because, like, we're still new to the season, so I don't want to say this series is good or bad yet. Because I would like to watch it through and then give you my honest thoughts. Because for me, okay, this might be a strange way to actually review stuff, but I can't really review series unless I've either seen the entire season of it for that season, or unless I've seen, like, or unless I read the manga or the light novels or the original source thoroughly. And a lot of these, like, I can't give you strong opinions, so, except for maybe, well, actually none of these. I can't give you strong opinions, guys, because it just wouldn't be fair. So like you look at these ratings, like 7.26 here for this farming, isekai here, or like 6.86 here. I think these ratings are a bit too biased because it's still too early on into the season. Like, there's only like, I believe there's only like 2 episodes out, 2 to 3 episodes out for most of these series. So I don't really like to rank animes like based on 1 to 2 episodes. That's just the way I rank stuff, guys, but I don't know. Tell me if you think that's a biased way of rating animes. I don't think it's really biased. I just think it's a very slower way to rate it. Slow. Gosh. Well, I am getting older, so I guess I'm getting slower too. So I guess that's fair. But that's how I'm going to be rating these guys. So, there we go, guys. Anime for this season that I'm currently watching. Am I caught up? No, I'm not caught up. Not even close. I would be lying if I said, I'm caught up, I've watched everything, so I know what I'm talking about. I honestly don't. I've only seen, well, some series I am caught up with currently, and some series I've only seen 1 episode, and some series I'm just going to binge watch later. But to wrap it up, guys, I think the series that I'm enjoying the most, or that I'm going to enjoy the most, is Tokyo Revengers Season 2, Vinland Saga Season 2, Nier Automata, obviously, Bungo Stray Dogs Season 4, and then what else? Tomo-chan's a Girl, definitely, and this one here, but this is my personal bias. And what else am I going to enjoy personally? Saving 80,000 gold here as well. And I think that's about it. I think everything else, I'm just gonna, like, watch briefly. But everything that I said I enjoy, I'm gonna watch that with earnesty. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys, for this live stream. I'm gonna keep it short. Wait, hold up. Wait. Have you talked about what you are excited for the next season? Hold up. Now we're talking. Let me see the next season real quick. Because I'm ready for summer, though. I want to see Dark Gathering. Oh, wow. Okay, the stream's not ending, guys. The stream's not over yet. Okay, hold up. The stream's not over yet. I really want to look at this. Okay. So I have talked about a lot of these series already. Okay. I've actually talked about every single one of these series on this channel, like almost all of these. Okay. Demon Slayer, this is a no-brainer. Everybody's gonna watch this, me included. Dr. Stone New World. I love Dr. Stone, but I'm not going to be watching this. And the reason why is because I've already read the manga, so I know what's to come. And the anime adaptation is pretty good, so I'm not gonna watch this because I've already read it. Jiko Kuraku, I will. Hell's Paradise, I'm going to definitely watch this. Like, I have expectations for this series here. Konosuba here, I believe this is a spin-off series, so I can't really say. Masamune-kun's Revenge R. Okay, so this, man, I will watch this, but I may just binge watch this later. The Ancient Magus Bride Season 2, I will watch this no matter what. I actually like The Ancient Magus Bride a lot. I personally thought that the manga, I mean, not the manga, but Season 1's ending was fine. It didn't really need a Season 2, but hey, I wouldn't mind because more wouldn't hurt. I said it before and I'll say it again. Oshi no Ko. I don't know much about this series, have yet to read it, but I may give it a shot, I don't know. Osama ranking, Yuki no Takarabako. Takarabako, okay. I have yet to, this is the first time I've ever heard about this. I don't know about this one. In Another World with my smartphone too. Honestly, guys, like, man. So for those who don't know, this season 1 of this series came out in 2017. And that was such a long time ago, guys. I was, man, senior high school graduate, almost, I think. It has been a long time, but to see season 2 at this point is just it is so surprising. That's like 6 years, and season 2 finally comes out almost. Kuma Bear Punch. I actually love this series. Gosh, that is so strange for me to say. Kuma Bear Punch, or Kuma Bear. The reason why I love this series so much is because it's just a fun series. Like, I can't take this series. I'm stuttering, guys, because of this series. You can't take it seriously. Like, if you just ride the wave. That's all I gotta say. It's a great series, trust me. Mashal, Magic and Muscles. I'm gonna watch this. Eden Zero, I'm not caught up with, but the manga is concluding because it's entering its final arc, so it will end pretty soon. Which is to be expected because Hiro Mashima, when he writes series, he makes them not too long, but just long enough. Rave Master is one great example. Fairy Tail was coincidental because he didn't expect Fairy Tail to be, that popular, so he extended Fairy Tail's story. But to see Eden Zero's manga coming to his final arc is not a surprise to me at all. Man, so I got a cheat code, Another World became unrivaled. So this one here, a lot of people been emailing, people have been emailing me legit just saying this series is generic. Because in that video when I was talking about this series, everybody, I was like, what do you think? Do you think this is a generic series or do you think this is original? And everybody was like, generic, isekai generic. It's so funny, oh my gosh. But man, that was pretty funny though. Insomniacs After School. I might check this one out actually, this seems pretty nice. The reason why Ray Liana ended up at the Duke's Mansion. I cannot believe that this series is getting an anime adaptation. Because manhwas to get anime adaptations is so hard and so rare. Because sometimes, or most of the times now, is usually adapted by a Chinese animation studio. And not by a actual, Japanese studio. But I have high hopes for this romance series, guys. Ray Liana, I'm coming. Oh gosh. Loving Yamada at level 999. So this is a rom-com series. I will check this one out. A Galaxy Next Door, I will watch this one as well. Summon to Another World for a second time. So for some reason, people are very intrigued about this series. I find this series to be very... man, I'm going to get canceled for saying this, but... like, I find it to be very typical. Very generic. Now, this isn't me being mean, but from what I've seen so far, it doesn't really stick out to me. I do think it is interesting to get summoned to another world twice, but I don't think it's enough for me to be like, this is one of a kind, you know? But that's just me though, guys. My Home Hero. That is a crazy synopsis. Oh my god, My Home Hero. This seems like Taken 2.0. What the heck is this? I'm gonna check this one out actually. This one seems pretty interesting. But the manga is fun. I agree, the manga is fun. The Dangers in My Heart. I'm totally gonna watch this, guys. Nothing's gonna stop me from watching this as well. What else do we have going on here? Yuri is My Job. I am a big sucker for Yuri. Oh gosh. I just said it. Okay, now you guys know. I am a big fan of Yuri. But the problem is that Yuri anime is not that good. Like, I remember one of my friends, like, together we will always review Yuri, like, review Yuri mangas and Yuri manhwas and stuff. And, like, she always, a man of true taste. And she was always talking about, like, if she had a girlfriend like that, she will be all over on her. But it's, man, the Yuri genre has not been good, just put it that way. But I am a big sucker for Yuri, though. Sakura Love was okay, but is very vanilla. It is a very vanilla Yuri series, in my personal opinion, when it comes to Sakura Love. But, hey, I'm not... This is my personal take, guys. The Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts. I will watch this series, but man, the problem with this... oh boy. I'm not even going to go into depth, but I'm going to watch this series though. I do have some hopes up, but I don't want to call the shots. The legendary hero is dead. Okay, guys. I'm going to be completely honest. Never in my life did I expect this light novel, or this manga, my bad. This manga to actually get an anime adaptation. Like, man. The people want your opinions, Kumo. On what? Like, opinions on what? The Yuri genre? Or like, tell me and then I'll go into depth about it. Because I have a lot to say. Like, a lot to say. But the legendary hero is dead. This is a manga I've read way back when. Oh, the Sacrificial Princess. So the Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts. You know, the thing I find so interesting is that, is this like, I wonder if this is like a sequel or like a spin-off to the Tale of Outcast, because it is so similar. I think it might actually hurt it. I'm not here to judge, but that's just my personal take. I do have some things to say about it too. But hey, well, I scrolled down too much. I do think the series has potential, which is why I'm going to watch it. But hey, let us get back to the legendary hero is dead. So, for those who don't know, I've actually read this series way back when. Like, when it was, like, first released. It was crazy. And I'll be honest, I didn't think that it would ever get an anime adaptation. But to see it get an anime adaptation after, like, how many years has it been? So many years, dude. It is, man, it is astonishing on them. Like, you're going to see some very old school tropes in this series if you was to watch this. Like, you'll get a 2012 to like a 2012 vibe series from this. It is astonishing to see an anime adaptation from this at all. Like, I'm going to watch this though. So, we're going to have to wait and see The Aristocrats' Otherworldly Adventure. Man, I never wanted to talk about this. I read the light novel, guys, sometime back. Like, it's not my cup of tea, honestly, but it may be for you. It's just not for me. Dead Mount Deathplay. I have never heard of the series. Why? It is funny. Yeah, it is funny, but man, I don't know if it'll actually like work nowadays. I think it will work, but I just find it surprising almost. That's just really it. This is an isekai? What is this? It's a showdown for the ages as the legendary hero takes on the corpse god Necromancer. But when the dust settles, something isn't quite right. In the final moments of their epic confrontation, the corpse god's final gambit shot was wholly unexpected. Reincarnation magic. Across space and time, a boy named Polka Shinomiya awakens feeling not quite himself. Who could have expected that the climactic battle between good and evil would turn out like this? Similar to Isekai Smartphone. Yes, similar, but I mean, it is what it is, I guess, right? Dead Mount Deathplay. I'm gonna watch this series, actually. This is a legit reverse isekai series. Interesting. Saint Cecilia and the Pastor Lawrence. This doesn't look like my sort of tea. I'm gonna skip on that, guys. Oh no, Orchestra. I talked about this way back when this series was announced for an anime. Man, the animation style looks pretty legit, but music anime is not really my sort of thing because the animations, like when they're playing the violins or instruments, is not accurate. As a person who plays an instrument, when I see like people playing instruments in anime, the animation for it is not right. Like they're hitting the wrong notes. Man, oh god. Okay, I will probably watch this, but I'm gonna go in with a keen eye. Alright, let's see what else I'm gonna watch on here. Maho Shoujo Magical Destroyers. I'm gonna watch this series for real. This series is such a parody. Like, it is a. I'm surprised this isn't like an original too. This is a legit parody. It's giving me the same feelings as Shimoneta almost. But hey, I'm not gonna. This one looks cool. I swear, like, I don't think people caught on to this, but this is literally an Akira reference. Like, the red drape and everything. It is a legit parody. I will watch this, but I'm going to be completely honest. This series is not going to get good ratings. It's pretty obvious because this series is not anyone's cup of tea. But if it's a mockery or a parody of something, I typically watch because I just get a good laugh out of it. I'm just going to enjoy for the ride, but I'm not going to critique it like I like it or hate it. I'm just going to watch it for the enjoyment. Let's see what else should of these that I should be familiar with. Should. Okay, what is the? So it is a parody. It's not a parody. That's the thing. It's not a parody. It's more so of like. It's less of a parody and more so of you don't take it seriously. Just put it that way. You just enjoy for the ride. That's the feeling that I get from seeing the series. So yeah. Overall though, okay, if I had to choose like what I really want to watch, besides Demon Slayer, which is obvious, probably Jikokuraku and the Ancient Magus Bride. Those two I have high hopes for. And then the dark horses, like the stuff I didn't expect, will be My Home Hero and what you call it? I can't find it, but Kumo. Okay, I love Kuma Bear. It's a great series, but it's a series I watched to enjoy for the ride. Like I wouldn't say it's like a masterpiece. If you get what I'm saying, like enjoy it as a masterpiece. I enjoy it more so as like it is a fun, it's like a fun wave to ride on, to surf on. That's the way I view Kuma Kuma Bear. I don't hate it though. I love that series a lot. Like, I'm not undermining it one bit, or any of these other series. I'm just prioritizing other series that I think will have potential to be like one of a kind, if you get what I'm saying. So none of the series are getting undermined here. It's just series that like I have more anticipation for than others, put it that way. Well, yeah, guys, I think Deadmau5 Deathplay and My Home Hero are going to be the dark horse of the spring 2023 season. But yeah, guys, I guess I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys, because like there's really nothing much else to it. I don't want to drag this stream too, by the way, guys. If I drag on this stream, it's gonna get very, very boring. But yeah, without further ado, guys, I'm gonna call it here, like legit, just call it here. So, without further ado, everyone, thanks for stopping by this live stream, and let's hope that this season wraps up to be something legit. Like, I really hope that the current season will have a hype ending. But without further ado, guys, I'm the Kumo Sensei. I pretty much do live streams here and there, but if you're here, good job. And yeah, guys, without further ado, I'll see you guys on the next one.